G'day champions, how you doing? Ray here and here for Kiwi Rider. I've got this Sena 50R here, latest and greatest from Sena, pretty good bit of kit, and I want to show you how to update it. Now what I'm told is these things are pretty good as far as longevity of life and not having issues, but you do need to keep them updated. You need to keep the latest software on them, firmware updates. So I'm going to show you just quickly how to do it. What you're going to need is your Sena 50R. This is also similar setup for most systems like this, the 50S and that sort of jazz. You're going to need the USB-C charging cable that goes in the back of there, and a computer with a USB port, also an internet connection. Right, let's get into it. I'm also recording my screen, so you'll see that shortly. Let's plug the cable into the Sena 50R, the same way as you would normally charge it. Don't turn it on. Plug it into your computer. Now I'll bring you down here and you can see what's on my screen. You are going to need to download the Sena Bluetooth device manager. Open and run that, make sure you're connected to the internet. With your device turned off, this will pop up, hit next. We are running the 50R, which says do not turn your device on. Next. It will automatically sync and connect to my device. Great. Now we can see that we are running the latest version, which is version 1.0.3. We are in English. We can do a firmware restore if we're having major issues, or we can hit the update button if there are updates to do. There aren't at the moment, but what that will do is download the file to your computer, then you'll hit the update button and it will update the software on your Sena, much the same way as the firmware restore will do, and I'll show you how that works right now. Don't be afraid to do this if you need to. It's the same system as updating your device. Restore. Now I'm going to speed this up a little bit because it does take a little bit of time. Now while that's doing its thing, I'll just let you know that this is not the only way to update the software, the firmware on your Sena unit. There is also, in with the 50S and the 50R, a USB-C charging cable that has in the middle of the cable a block which is a Wi-Fi receiver. I'll show you in another video how to set that up, and that means you can use that cable to charge. It will automatically connect to your Wi-Fi and download and update your Sena unit. No need for a computer. That makes life really simple. While we're sitting here waiting for this to update, while we're sitting here waiting for this to do its thing, have you listened to the latest Kiwi Rider podcast? Available on your Apple phone, on your Android phone, on your computer, on your tablet. You can listen to it anywhere. Download it, have a listen. It's available on Apple Podcasts, it's available on Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or just go to podbean.com. But listen to the latest Kiwi Rider podcast, and jump on kiwirider.co.nz and check out the latest magazine as well. Absolutely free, and if you subscribe, it'll still be free, but it'll be sent directly to your inbox twice a month for no charge whatsoever. kiwirider.co.nz, do check it out. There we go, firmware is up to date. All I need to do now is reconnect, and we can see the name of the Sena device up here, version 1.0.3. We're all up to date. Now also, inside this app, we have the ability to change some settings. We don't have the ability to change all the settings, but these are kind of like the base level settings. We've got the unit language, keep it on English unless you want French, Spanish, Italian, German, Dutch, Russian, Chinese, Korean, Japanese or Finnish. Also your audio equalizer. Personally, to my ears, I'd like a little bit more bass, so we'll go bass boost. Your Vox phone, your Vox intercom, your Bluetooth intercom audio multitasking, your HD intercom, and your HD voice. Now these are the factory settings, these are the defaults, but you can go and change these as you wish. Also you've got access to change your, we'll save that, your speed dial settings. So if you want your Sena to automatically be able to ring someone, you've got 3 speed dial entries here, and the Sena 50R has a built-in radio with 10 presets. So you can go through and change your radio station presets in this device manager as well. And that's pretty much all we can do from the device manager on the computer. But once we disconnect this, turn that on, turn the Sena 50R on and connect to our phone, we can bring up a whole new set of settings. Let's try that now. So I'm going to unplug the Sena from the computer, close up the little USB hatch, turn it on, and connect to my phone. Now it automatically connects to the Bluetooth if the Bluetooth is turned on, so all you need to do is download the Sena 50 utility. Now this is the 50 series utility for the 50R or the 50S. Now the first thing it's going to do is ask you if it's a 50R or 50S. It's decided mine's a 50R automatically, and from here we can see the remaining battery time, the firmware update level, the version, the battery is at 100%. We can control the mesh intercom, the Bluetooth intercom, the phone, the music, the FM radio, and the help center, and then we have a screed of device settings, setup, and bits and pieces here. So what we're going to do is go to device settings, and you can see you've got a much greater level of control over the settings in your Sena device. And here under headset language, there is just kind of a quick reference on all the voice commands that you can use with your Sena device. Quite a comprehensive list there, so if you ever want to have a play or you ever forget what device commands, what vocal commands you can use, it's all loaded in the app. So there you go team, a quick overview of connecting your Sena device to your phone to deal with settings, and connecting your Sena device to your computer for firmware updates and restoring. Follow that guide, you should be sweet as. Keep these things up to date and you shouldn't have any problems. Till next time, thanks very much for watching. Keep the rubber side down, throttle on, and we'll catch you in the next video.